Hey guys, so I've been getting a couple of requests to talk about co-parenting between me and my ex and how do we deal with my son's schedule and everything. How do we manage the whole living apart thing and visitation and all these things. So I'm gonna talk about it in this video. I'm gonna try to I didn't get like a specific question. I was asked about how do we manage co-parenting. So I'm gonna try to explain what we do. It was a little tricky to get to the point that we are here right now. It is hard for two people to get along and to, especially after separation, it's really hard to put your feelings aside and just communicate. Communication is a part that you have to have with your ex, and you have to understand it's not about you guys anymore. It's not about, we had to get to this mindset that it was not about him and it was not about me, it was about our son. It was for the well-being of him, putting him first over everything, and just stop being stubborn. And you have to know when to give up little things here and there along the way to be able to make our son happy. And I think something that we did pretty good. I mean, there's still sometimes that we have to talk about certain things to make sure that we are in the same point, like we agree on the same things. And you gotta be respectful for the reason that you're gonna have to be around or talk for at least 18 years or so many years. So you just gotta try to keep it in peace, quiet, not make a big deal. Don't let anybody else tell you anything, because what matters is the relationship that you have with your son or daughter. So that's why I feel right now we're in a really good point. I don't go and, like, I used to care more like little things. I don't go in his life. He doesn't go in my life. We don't talk about each other's life unless we want to share something that concerns my son or her son. So that's a good thing. I did not wanted to know more. That's why lately we've been having a better relationship when it comes to talking about our needs, if we need a day or a weekend. Especially in my case, I have my son pretty much the whole year, unless he has like the ability to pick him up. And what we do is he asks me, like, he tells me a week before, a couple days. He tells me 2 weeks before, you know what, I'm gonna do this weekend, I'm gonna be around, can I pick him up? And if I have plans, because in the past, if I have plans, I either trying to change them or move them, or just tell him, you know what, I had this before you told me. So we try to work along. Before it was hard. We will, like, not argue, but we will get into disagreements, like, oh, it's my turn. But it's not about turns. It's about having both parents involved in your kid's life. So that's what we agreed on. For me, it's really important that he is on my son's life, because he is a good parent, he's a good person, and I love how my son is with his family too. There are times that his mom asks me, oh, can I have my grandson for the weekend? And I say yes, because for me it's really important that he has that communication with his family. Not because we're separated, it means that we are not gonna allow our son to be with each other's family. On the country, I really love when he goes and plays with his cousins, or goes with his grandma and grandpa and just hangs out and just go with them. He loves his grandparents, he loves his tias, family and cousins. So I don't want him to be missing that. So whenever they ask me, I usually say yes. Even if I have plans, I change them or just do it by myself. Just because I know he's gonna remember growing up with his cousins when he can see them. So that's something that is important for us. And I think at some point my ex, he knows that it is too. What we do now, because he doesn't live like close by now, it's harder for us to split time like we used to. So what we do is just drive to the middle point that where we live. I drive my son to the middle point, he drives to the middle point, and we meet there, so he can pick him up or I can pick him up, and that way it's not so hard. Because if he will drive all the way here, that's crazy amount of gas and time, and it's just dangerous, you know. So I think until the point that I can drive, but as long as I can, I'm gonna facilitate that, because I do understand that my son comes first and he understands that too. So we agreed on doing that as long as we can, as much as we can, and that's something that we've been working for a while, and thank God it's been working great. I don't know if he has any complaints, I hope not, but we try to have an open communication with that. And my son gets sick and he's with me, I tell him, you know what, I'm gonna take him to the doctor, and I tell him this is what the doctors say, nothing happened, you know, having that communication. So he is involved in my son's life. If he has an event or something, I try to tell him with enough time so he can ask for the days and be part of it, because that's what matters. I know my son is gonna remember the days that he is with his dad, and I don't want him to grow out apart from him. So as long as I can help my son to be around his daddy, that's what we're gonna do. So our co-parenting story is working great so far. I hope it keeps going this way. I really love that my son is with his daddy as much as he can. Is more often that actually it would be like with the distance, we try to make it more often, because my son misses him, and I know it's good for him to be around his dad, and with his new family, everything, it's perfect. So far we've been doing good. It's challenging at first. You just gotta open your mind and communicate and agree on things for your kids. So I don't know if you have any more questions about this. I don't have any problems so far, like everything is fine. I know my son, when he goes there, he's happy, he's well taken care of. Even when he's working, I know his girlfriend is really good with my son. My son always says that he likes going there, he likes playing with the kids, so that's good. It's something that worries every mom, but I know I don't have to worry about it. I know I don't have to be thinking about it. I know they love my son and they accept him, so I'm really grateful for that. And that's it for this video. I think it's a little long, I just kept talking. If you have any questions, just let me know. I don't think there's anything else I can tell you, but that is working great and my son is happy. I don't know if you've seen the videos on the vlogs. He's talking more, he's more open to doing other things. He's always dancing and playing and doing all these things, so he's happy. He's a happy kid, and that makes me happy too. I think we're doing something right here, and hopefully we can continue on this path so my son grows up to be a good man and we have a happy life regardless of the situation. So I'm just gonna let you go. Let me know if you have questions. Don't forget to give me a like, and I will talk to you next time. Let me know if you want another video. I know I'm kind of slow on putting this kind of videos up because I just don't know why. It's easier for me to record a tutorial than actually sit down and talk. Maybe because I talk like I keep talking and talking about circle stuff. So just let me know. I will talk to you next time. Bye.